Ayo, what's good, Double Clutch Nation? It's your boy Y-Ghost, and today we're doing another open-minded yap. Hopefully the environment looks good. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of resources, so I did the best I could. Hopefully you guys like it, but the question I'm going to be proposing today, what are you afraid of? I think that's what I'm going to title this. That isn't necessarily in terms of like, oh my god, I'm scared of spiders, I'm scared of the dark, I'm actually scared of ketchup. Please don't use that against me. But yeah, no, obviously those are certain fears, but I'm more so talking about like existential, like rooted fears when it comes to succeeding. What am I afraid of? And I think the thing that scares me the most is uncertainty. I am so scared at all times because I never know if I'm making the right decisions at the right time. How can you ever know? You can't. And that's the scary part. With something like spiders or the dark or ketchup, you can avoid those. I can avoid being in a setting where ketchup is going to affect me. I can avoid going out in the woods where I'm going to see a spider if I'm terrified of spiders and, interacting with it. And the dark, I can turn a light on. There are answers to these fears and they're not permanent. Unfortunately, when it comes to success and everything, I find a lot of pressure that I put on myself, and weight comes from the idea that I never know if I'm making the right decisions. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I'm not someone who necessarily believes in an afterlife, but I admit that I don't know. Anything is possible, and that possibility, but also the unsureness, makes it so scary. To boil it down more, I'm being kind of weird with time because I don't have a lot of time. Funny, that's what we're focusing on. I am scared of time and uncertainty because every second I live on this earth is necessarily, in my mind, borrowed. There's no guarantee I wake up tomorrow. There's no reason I should be here today. There's plenty of times in the past where I could have died, split-second decisions that have me where I am today. We almost got in a car crash like 2 weeks ago. That could have been the end of our timeline, And it's just crazy to think about because how do I know that I'm maximizing my time? Why is it a worry? Most places that you go are going to tell you, well, because you don't know and because you can't know, you can't worry about it. You just have to put that trust in yourself and you have to continue on. And yes, that is true. If you don't want to be an anxiety-ridden ball, you have to. But let's ask the question. If I want to be successful and I know that the realm I'm in, a lot of people don't find success unless they get either extremely lucky or work extremely hard. I don't believe that I am going to be lucky, so I work extremely hard. But how can I know that the places I'm putting myself actually put me in the right scenario to where my path is going to work? I always say that if I had a book that told me if I do all these steps in the next 2 years and I'd get everything I want, I would do it. But there's no such thing. There's no such certain path that you can take that will lead you exactly where you want to go. And obviously that depends on fields. But for me, I want to be a person who is free to be themselves. I think ultimately, if I boil all my goals together, it is someone who has the financial freedom and the platform to where being myself is something I get every day. Whether that just means that I get to make silly comments, talk to you guys, or just enjoy the things I like, whether that be fighting or basketball or just talking because I like to yap. I try to put myself in positions where I'm successful in those things, but also a big thing that matters to me is being able to one day lead other people that I care about who have helped me along in this journey to the point of being yourself and being free as an individual. I think that is ultimately the most important thing to me, and a goal that I think everyone should have is to find themselves as an individual and be able to pursue that. And unfortunately, with the way society works and having to play this game, my work isn't a part of me. My bills and responsibilities aren't a part of me, and those things are obvious. If I couldn't do them, I wouldn't. If I had the choice, I wouldn't. And so my life is really just leading up to getting everything that doesn't align with me out and being able to fully pursue my freedom as an individual. I think that would be beautiful, and I think that's exactly what I want. But the problem with that is because time and because uncertainty, I put a lot of worry and pressure on myself that I don't know when I'm doing the wrong things. And I don't want 20 years to go by and then realize, oh my God, I could have done this. I should have done this. And yes, you can't worry about those things, but my point is you need to take a look into yourself and figure out the best little tendencies that you can nip now. I've not drank in months because I don't see it as something that's going to help me. Do I judge people who drink? No. But it's not something that's going to help me in my long run. And so I've been trying to snip all the little tendencies that make it harder for me to succeed in a world that already makes it nearly impossible for someone to climb out of middle class, lower middle class, or poverty. I'm trying to nip all the little things, but even then I am still uncertain if I'm doing the right stuff. And that's terrifying because at the end of the day, all I care about is making this happen. And then also, if I do go crazy about it and I wanted to nip every single thing that's stopping me from reaching my goal of individual success, what if I cut off the wrong people? What if I lose the relationships that I care deeply about? What if I lose the people that I am doing it for? Because not only am I doing this for myself, but I eventually want to bring those who help me along the way, or even just people that I care about, up. What does it mean if I have success in 20 years if my grandma's not here? What does it mean if I have success in 20 years if my mom or my dad or my girlfriend or my friends no longer want anything to do with me or aren't around? Because at the end of the day, this is also a big balance game, and that's probably one of my biggest fears as well, is just the trying to balance not only personal success but people I care about, being there as a good friend, which I have neglected being a good friend and family member because I am so wrapped up in making this happen. And in my mind, it feels like I am doing it for them. It feels like I am wrapping myself up in this individuality trend to chase everything that matters to me so that eventually I can bring it back around. But what if the time takes too long and I can't bring it back? What if I take too long trying to succeed and I get there, but it's too late and the people I'm doing it for aren't around? You know how fucking scary that is? And there's no guarantee and I can't rush it and I might not even be here tomorrow. So it's like, it's terrifying. It's terrifying because I don't know if I'm taking the right steps. I don't know if the reasons I'm doing it are still going to exist in years. I don't know anything. We don't know anything. Uncertainty is my biggest fear. Time is my biggest fear. The uncertainty of time is my biggest fear. And so I ask you, what is your biggest fear? What is it? How does this make you feel? I'm just curious. I need someone to talk to. How does this make you feel? Because for me, it's absolutely terrifying. I mean, I hear sirens in the back right now. Someone might have just ran out of their timeline, and I hope they're all right. But, like, it really is so scary that in this world we live in and the way society's set up, one, there's no set way to do anything. Two, you just don't know. And that's pretty scary. I love you guys. I hope that this gave you something to think about. This isn't really an answer video. This is more of just proposing the question, and we'll talk about it later. I want to say thank you to my coworker Tyler, who opened up to me about his struggle with this as well. And I find that a lot of people struggle with this, and obviously you will, because I think this is something we all can't avoid. Is we never know how much time we have, and we never know if we're doing things the right way. Even when you find your path in life, you still don't know if you're pursuing it in a way that's ever going to make that happen, and no one can reassure you whether or not you are. The best you can do is try, and trying matters so much, but what happens when you try as hard as you can ends up hurting you as an individual, and you lose relationships, and you lose everything. And then does it even matter if you succeed? I don't know. I'm just proposing questions today, but it's Valentine's Day. I don't know when I'm posting this, but it is Valentine's Day. I'm going to have a lovely day today. I cried in the car earlier, which is why I decided to do this, because I was just so anxious about what if I make it and the people I'm making it for are gone? What if I make it and no one wants anything to do with me because I sacrificed so much? When is it no longer worth it? And these are questions I have to deal with every day, and I don't know the answer. So I guess we'll see how it plays out. I hope you liked the video. Go ahead and comment how you feel about this, any responses you have, any emotions you have. Please be respectful to others. You can tear me apart if you would like to. This has been Wygos, and I am wishing you guys all luck. Enjoy basketball, enjoy Fugglers, and most importantly, enjoy life, as uncertain as it is. Until next time, stay blessed.